Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is really a short video to announce, and some of you have seen this on some of the Facebook groups that I've been posting on. I've got a book coming out and it probably will be launched June 30th, roughly around that time frame. So why a book and what's it about? So we've got a working title at the moment called A Beginner's Guide to Overlanding the Iberian Peninsula. It's not an L322 book, although there are a lot of what's happened to this thing in it. There's an entire section focused on how I built this up, what I put on it. Do you need to do that for your vehicle? So there is an entire chapter around this, but it's not an L322 book. So over the 4 years or so I've had the YouTube channel, and especially since I've had this, I've had a lot of people write to me and say, I'd love to go overlanding in Spain or do the Pyrenees or do the sand trails in Portugal, but I've never done it before. I'm scared, I'm trepidatious about doing it. How do I even get there? What do I do? So over a period of about the last year, I'd had about 50 pages of notes and thoughts that I put on a Word document that I suddenly got myself about a month ago and said, you know what, this should be turned into a book. And so that's what I've done. I've gone full on over the last month and started putting all of that into a structure. So it's about 16 chapters. It's about 3,000 words a chapter, so we're cruising around 150 pages. It's a practical guide on how to get started, how to go to Spain, routes to take, general ideas on how to get there, what you want to do, how long you're going to take. It's got sections in there about wild camping versus doing sort of glamping, 5-star camping. Section on trails. I've also got some downloads of all of the GPX files that I've gathered over the years. So I'm in the final stages of the edit. It's got to get photos attached to it, and that's going to take a little bit of time. One reason why I'm off to Spain and Portugal is just to fill out the book full of more photos that I don't have, which I've got to do. So I'm working my way through that. So with the book comes the website. So if you go to overlandingforward.co.uk, in there is the website that will support the book. There's quite a lot of content in there. There is more about our story, my story in this, and my history behind Land Rovers, all of the off-roading, overlanding that I've done through probably close to 30 or 40 years. Different Land Rovers I've owned. There's a full part on the vehicle builds, lights, engine, tires, all of that stuff in individual sections. And I put links in there as well, so you could go and check out some of the stuff that's on here. You'll be able to buy the book from there. It will also go on Amazon. The general idea with the book is for a download, it will be probably $6.99, which is the standard download price. And then for a paperback, it'll be about $14.99 if you want that. The paperback will be great because you could chuck it into your gear, take it with you and look down it, and then you could start referencing it. So I give you a whole bunch of advices of what works, what doesn't, things to avoid. A simple tip: if you drive down through France, which is a heck of a long way and boring and expensive, so one thing you have to consider is the toll roads. There's something in the UK called a Movis tag, where you can buy tags for Spain and Portugal and France. So the tags will allow you to go through the speed sections. Now, why is that important? Well, the French are not the most patient of people. And when you have to stop at a toll booth, if you're in a right-hand drive car, you've got to get out, you've got to run around, you've got to put the ticket in, or you've got to put your card in and then run back. Now that extra time from when you pull up to when they're fumbling around to get their credit card is probably an extra 20 seconds. That will be it. All hell will break loose and you'll be looking at World War III, Entente Cordiale, completely ripped up. But by having the tags, you can just drive your way through. Now, just one tip: if you do go down the tag route, make sure your number plate is low down. So for a period of time, my number plate was on the roof, and the way that the cameras work is they need to get your number plate. So with it up on the roof, it never worked. My bad. But there you go, there's a tip for you. So I'd highly recommend, if you do drive down through France, get one of the French tags. You can get it from this company, Movis Tag. You can also get it from Spain and Portugal as well. If you go into Portugal, just so you know, another top tip for you, when you cross the border into Portugal, the first service station you get to, there are signs up that tell you have to pull over, register your vehicle and pay for the electronic tags. Now, I've never done it because I have the tag, But what I think it does is with your registration number and your card, it then tracks your car all the way down for wherever you go. So anyway, it's tips like that that most people fall foul from. I know plenty of people have gone speeding through that first service station where you're supposed to get it registered and then end up coming home with a massive fine. We're talking hundreds of euros for basically not following the rules. So anyway, so in the book, it will show you that. There's an entire section on traveling with your partner, considerations if your partner is of the female species, and things to look for around that. So the book will come out. There will be snapshots that I will start looking at. There's a blog in there as well. So please go look at overlanding4wd.co.uk. Those of you that don't know, Overlanding 4WD stands for Overlanding Forward. It's a play on words, FWD, forward. Anyway, I told Sam that a couple of years ago and he's like, oh, now it makes sense. So anyway, it's Overlanding Forward, but 4WD looks like it's four-wheel drive. So anyway, there's a short snippet for you. Go have a check out of that. I've started to package up GPX files from different places I've been. So I've got some from Sardinia, an entire loop from there. Also includes camping on the beach, wild camping there, Spain, Portugal. If this book sells, and I've got a number in my head of how many I think I want to sell, I will probably go do Sardinia again, and then we're off to Sicily in September. So I will probably write a book about doing the Italian islands in the Mediterranean and how to build a trip around that. So anyway, please have a look at the website. Comments down below if you have a look. Let me know what you think. Again, it's going to be focused towards UK market, going to Spain and Portugal. But pretty much anybody, if you want to go to Spain and Portugal from mainland Europe, you figure out how you get to a starting point of where you're going to go. The rest of it still applies. You're still going to have to drive down through France, whether you take the boat to Spain, if we're in the UK, where we have the luxury of doing that. If you're coming from Germany or the Nordics, you're still going to have to drive down through France to get to where you need to go. You got no choice. So I feel sorry for you that I have to drive through it. It's one of the most boring countries to drive through on the motorways, and it's expensive. And just so you also know, fuel on the motorways is 30% more expensive than it is in the towns and villages around France. Now somebody's going to jump on and say, no, it's not. Trust me, it is. I've tried it. Anyway, so link in the description. Thank you very much to the 8 people that bought a solar panel. There is a discount code. I do get 10% of the sales of those. Seems to be the good weather has forced you lot out to go buy them, because all of a sudden I keep getting messages from Lensun telling me another sale, another sale. So thank you very much if you bought those and use the discount code. Great, supports the channel. There's a few other things that I've been approached by different companies to sort of look at or be sponsored by. My philosophy on this is, if I don't use it, I'm not going to take any sponsorship or doing any product placements. I've got 2 things that I'm going to try that were given to me. I'm going to try them. If I like them, I'll recommend them. But this channel is not about me making money from flogging things like solar panels. It's just not what I'm into. It's not what I want to do. It's not who I am. So I get a minimal amount of revenue that comes from the ads from YouTube. That just goes back into a fund to be able to support buying stuff to bolt onto this. Although there's not a lot of stuff to bolt back onto this. Anyway, go have a look at the website, give me your feedback, let me know what you think. Comments, good, thumbs up, brilliant, thumbs down if you must. Go ahead and do it. And with that, see you on the next one.